Hi everybody, it's time for your Farm and Ranch News. Well, it's a busy week this week across the Cowboy State for Wyoming agriculture. That's because this week it's the Wyoming Natural Resource Rendezvous taking place in Casper, featuring the Wyoming Stock Growers Association, the Wyoming Wool Growers Association, and the Wyoming Conservation Districts. Now, of course, over the weekend, our friends up in Montana held their annual Montana Wool Growers Association convention in Billings. Here, I was lucky enough to catch up with one of Wyoming's own ag leaders, Brad Boner, out of that Glen Rock country. And of course, Brad, you're a past president of the Wyoming Wool Growers Association. Now, you're the vice president of the American Sheep Industry Association. As always, you've got a lot going on, both on the industry front and just back home at the ranch there in that Glen Rock country. But as we talk about ASI and some of those priority issues, I guess, for sheep producers and wool growers across the country, let's talk about markets. The lamb market has come back a little bit as we get ready to close out the year.
Yeah. And that's the thing with markets. They're up and down and all around, and you just got to survive them. So hopefully most of our producers survive this one, and it is getting better. The oversupply seems to be going away, and so the feeder lamb market has improved dramatically in the last month. So it's good. Of course, most of the lambs are already gone. That's why it's improving. But still, it's good to see that we're off the bottom and coming up the other side. So
absolutely. Unfortunately, we can't say the same for the wool market. That's kind of been in the tanks for the past few years, ever since COVID dropped in on us.
Yeah, we're still fighting the export deal and things that are going on in China. As China usually receives about 60% of the U.S. wool clip. So we're still battling that supply chain issues and then not getting their manufacturing back up and going to what it was pre-COVID. Everyone who's been paying attention sees what's going on in China. So there's a lot of turmoil going on in that neck of the woods. And we continue at ASI to keep looking for different markets in China. I think it's real important that we try not to have too many eggs in one basket. And ASI has done a good job of trying to find other markets in Uruguay and Italy and throughout the EU. So continue to do that. And it's the same old thing that we run into. The better clips seem to find a home relatively easily. It's those middle wools and stuff, and the lamb wools that we struggle with. So.
Well, and the sheep industry and the wool industry is facing some of the same challenges worldwide on this export market, just like other commodities are, I guess, and exportable products. And thankfully, though, I mean, we're finding, like you said earlier on the lamb side, I mean, we're finding a stronger domestic demand, and hopefully we can maybe build that on the wool market too. But I mean, where I'm going with this is to help out the live lamb price. Just here of late, the USDA announced that Section 32 program. I mean, talk about the significance of that, just trying to get something back to you guys on the ground.
Yeah, we're really thankful that USDA stepped in and helped in an oversupply situation, and it has agreed to purchase some oversupplied lamb, even frozen product, which is a great help as that stuff went in the freezer in the summer and fall, and so very helpful to get the supply chain cleared out and back to a more normal supply-demand situation than we were experiencing in the summer and fall. So.
Well, I'm not as long-winded as Lane Nordland is, so I'm not going to keep you here half the day, but we want to kind of start to wind things up. The other two big issues I want to talk about, the first one before we say goodbye, is wildlife issues out here in the Rocky Mountain West. Always a big one for livestock producers, and that's top of mind for you folks at ASI.
Yeah, it is, and the predator thing is always right at the forefront of what we're doing. And our producers live it every day. I'd liken it to where we see these smash and grabs in the big cities now, where they're getting looted, and it's just a looting of our private property. It really is, by these predators. And so it's something we battle all the time, and we'll continue to work to try to get it better. Fortunate to be good partners with Wildlife Services and just keep plugging away at it. So.
Well, I know lamb and wool growers are going to be headed for the north part of Texas, the middle part of January. Set the stage for the ASI's annual convention, headed for Fort Worth, the middle part of January.
Yeah, we're excited to be in Texas. It's been a while since we've been there. So, of course, Texas is the #1 sheep producing state in the country, and so we're tickled to be back there, and it'll be a great time. Fort Worth, for anyone that hasn't been there, is a great place to go visit. A lot of fun things to do there, and so we'd like to invite everyone to come and join us and have a little break from the cold weather.
Well, everything's bigger in Texas, right?
That's what they tell me.
You're big enough. You're already like 7 feet. Maybe I can grow a little bit and at least maybe break the 6-foot mark. You guys, thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you.
Always appreciate the
Thanks,
opportunity. Again, for more information about ASI's annual convention, everything else they've got going on behalf of all their members and really their non-members too, just jump online and visit them at sheepusa.org. That's a look at your farm and ranch news. Have a great day.